Welcome back, y'all. How cold and calculated the Rooney family is. You know, I'm looking at a lot of different things that I've seen on Twitter or that I see on different YouTube channels and stuff, and just different comments that people make via Yahoo, Pro Football Reference, whatever, Pro Football Today, and all the different things like that. And I've already done a couple of pieces on Le'Veon Bell and what he brings to the game and being the best running back in the league uh, coming into this year. And he was fifth on the NFL Network's top 100 players, and he was number five, rightfully so, best in the business. Now he's been out, probably won't return until about another 2 weeks or so from now, and whatnot. The whole contract thing he's holding out, and I don't really much blame him to do that. It kind of messes with his legacy as far as his yards and whatnot and everything like that. But that just probably means he can probably play a couple of more years. He has a year. He basically has taken off a lot of time, right? But just like I calculated, and I was looking at this, and now everybody's going on to Connor. Seen the kid play in college. He was something. Then he had the whole the cancer thing that he had that struck him. I think it might have been his I think his junior year after coming off almost rushing for 1,800 yards his sophomore year, and then he comes back and plays in 13 games, rushed for 1,092 yards, 16 touchdowns, and he gets drafted I think in the third round, 105th overall. Now he's a Pittsburgh kid, like the Steelers and everything like that. Now just think about this, right? Now while he's playing ball as a freshman and everything like that, or around that time or whatever, it's only a couple of years difference between him and Le'Veon Bell's age, actually. By the time you get to 2013, 2014, by the time he hits 2015, Le'Veon Bell is already pretty much has established himself as one of the premier backs in the league. Now, this particular year, because I think of he missed some games or he got hurt, and he missed about let me see, he missed 10 games and everything after coming out the gate the first couple of years, and after his second year having 1361, 8 touchdowns, and also having 83 receptions for 854 yards, right? Showing all that promise and whatnot, but he had a couple of times he's gotten popped for marijuana use, and twice, and then he also got hurt, right? So the Rooney family is looking at certain things closely, and then by the time it hits 2016, this kid is in remission, cancer free, and everything. He balls out, has a good season, come back from all that. Local kid, 6'1", 230 pounds. They keep now. By this time, it's 2016. Bell has reestablished himself one of the top dog. It has definitely cementing himself as one of the top backs in the league with 1268, 7 touchdowns in the rushing department. 75 receptions, 616 yards, right? Total 9 touchdowns altogether, right? And all the touches that this guy's getting. They're watching all the touches that he's getting. Then last year, 2017, which was Connor's rookie year, right? Here you got Bell led in rushing attempts, 1291, and then he had 655 yards, uh, uh, receiving yards, in 85, and 85 receptions. So he's carrying, because you're looking at almost 400 touches, right? And over the past, I mean, he's holding the ball and stuff. So he definitely needs to get that payday, right? So now they're hoping, because they've already franchised him once, franchised him again. So Bell just like, I'm just gonna sit out and hope so. And the Rooney family, okay, let him sit out, do whatever. Hopefully, with their fingers crossed, they're just hoping everything goes out good with Connor. Great. And they drafted this kid last year and whatnot. Showed a few things here and there, and then you didn't know what you was getting this year, and all of a sudden he's balling out, doing very well. Might end up being a Pro Bowl. He keep it up at the rate he's going to have probably like 19 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, rushing and probably about 600 or 700 yards receiving. Great. Now, this is the question I want to ask all those people up out there, right? James Conner's a football player. He plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Hometown kid. So like I said, the Rooney's calculating and everything that they're doing. Say, we're going to draft this kid because it might be something going on down the line with Le'Veon Bell, because they know we're going to, because when you start having successful seasons, you're going to ask for more money. You're going to like, okay, I want to, with my rookie contract, because that's what people do, especially if your team is winning and you becoming up and you're a 3-time Pro Bowler and 2-time first team All Pro. I want my bread, right? The guy over there in Atlanta, he set the bar. Ever since he's gotten his money, what actually has Devonta Freeman done aside from go out with a concussion for 5 or 6 games, missed a couple of games this year. Now he's on IR, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, what has he done? Gurley, we already know what Todd Gurley's doing. So now Connor is up in that thing between him, guys like Kareem Hunt and stuff like that. These guys and Ezekiel Elliott and all these other guys. But right now, so Connor is doing this thing. So this is my question to the Pittsburgh Steelers fans and even to that of the Rooney family. Is what happens if everything happens the way you hope it to happen? Do you think that somebody like James Conner, he may, I'm just asking the question, but do you think as a man and as somebody in the condition that he was in and the amount of touches this guy's going to get, right? Like he is swift or as nice of a route runner and do all the different things that Bell can do. But let's just say he gets halfway there and he's giving you what you need, right? What time do you think this guy's not going to ask for some money? That's all I want to know. Because people act like, I was like, when do you think this guy, if he say Bell leaves after this year, no more Steeler, what happens when this kid asks for money? Because if it continues that way, he's going to ask for money. He's going to ask for top dollar. Everything is cute now because he's just coming off of a rookie season. He's really in his first year actually really playing and whatnot. Now he's their bell cow now. What happens when he starts to ask for money? Are you going to do him the same exact way that you did Bell? Now, granted, and I've said this on them other things with Bell. You can go back and take them out. I've already talked about Bell a couple of times on my broadcast there. Right? I know the two weed suspensions and getting hurt. That is worrying the Rooney family. Now they're gonna hold that over his head. If they hold that over your head that much, then just go ahead and get rid of the guy. But don't act like he's this, that, and the other, and you know he's balling, and you're not going to give him any money. You're going to still tag along, play around, and keep doing these ridiculous things that shouldn't even really be done. Okay? So stop doing that. What happens if Connor, see, you get rid of Bell, and Connor the next couple of years, well, you think he's going to sit up there and take that rookie minimum? Do you think he's not going to get paid? Do you think he's not going to have to try to pay him some kind of money unless somebody won't try to get him if they're able to? See, that's what bugs me out with these owners. And I just did a thing on them different owners. I'm like, what do you call yourself trying to do? You don't want to pay your running back, but you want to torture him. You want to give him the ball, make sure he touches the ball at the end of the season almost 400 times, and then you don't want to compensate him for it. He's giving you your all. That's what Bell has been doing. Now, that's the whole thing. That's why I keep saying that's what they're going to hold up against Bell, is the fact he had him and with Blunt, when Blunt was on the team and he got dismissed and kept him or whatever, then he got popped again, then he got hurt and missed like 10 games. And also got hurt in the playoffs with that year before last or whatever that was. But look at what he did against the Jaguars. If Pittsburgh had any type of defense last year, it might have been a different story. But that's what I'm talking about. What happens when James Conner is up for contract? Are you going to treat him the same way you treat Bell? Will that eventually come? Because I can guarantee you probably will. You think he's going to give you a hometown discount? Especially based upon all the studies with CTE and all this type of stuff, that after 5 years, you have no more insurance? The NFL ain't going to take care of you no more? So these kids are going to ask for their money. So I don't know where you keep trying to jump, run, and try to think, well, we're going to get this. I say, it's not going to work that way. These kids going to want their money. These young men are going to want their money because now they know way more now than they've ever known, in the past. And they want their money right then and there, or they're going to go to wherever they can go to get their money because somebody will pay them. It's just that you might end up going to perennial loser or whatever. That's the gamble, but you get your money because it turns out to be a business. And if these guys are going to really if you're going to really take care of these guys. And that's the main thing that I want to see. I want to see the Rooney family, right, in the next 2 to 3 years, when this kid Connor just say he continues the ball. What are you going to do when him and his agent come up and say we ready to renegotiate? You're going to be looking for another back. You know that's and that's the cruddy part of the business, and that's why I'm not mad at somebody like Le'Veon Bell doing what he has to do. And do what you got to do, man, because at the end of the day, guys, do they really care? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You have to do what's best for you and your family. But that's what I want to, because everything is honeymoon phase now. But what happens if he continues? Say he does what Bell does after Bell leaves, and he gets there, and now he's like, I want 5 years. I want Todd Gurley money. I want 40. I want 45 million guaranteed, or whatever. I want to make 16, 17, 18 a year. What do you do then? So don't try to make Bell to be the poster child of being bad, when all of these studies are coming in, and what happens, and you got to have that kind of money for whenever you're done, because these guys are going to take their bodies through the ringer to try to ball to get a championship, cement their legacy, make your franchise look good. And they're going to have to deal with those injuries and head traumas, even when the game they act like when they stop playing football, all that stuff goes away. That's a silly way to look at things. But that's kind of the nonchalantness of NFL owners, as well as the NFL, the National Football League in general. So we'll see what happens. Just keep your eye on it. But I hope Connor keeps balling. Our guys doing great, doing real good, and whatnot. And it's going to be interesting whenever Bell comes back, if he comes back or whatever. But yeah, they're going to have to deal with that. All right, you guys check me out on Everything Football 62. Subscribe to the page, hit some likes, start a conversation. Got any questions? Hit me in whatever one you're looking at. Leave some questions, and we go from there. Check me out on Twitter, Everything Football 62, on Tupman 62. Subscribe to the page. But got any questions? Like I said, just leave them there, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. We start some dialogue, debates, or whatever it needs to be. All right, guys, have a